Hey everyone, today we're going over using the Godox AD1200 Pro. Now, I've covered the Godox AD1200 Pro in multiple videos already, but today I want to talk more about the usability aspects and things that I was able to test on this light. Now, I do want to say I haven't had the chance to use this in a working capacity yet, so I haven't actually gone back to work and lugged this thing around and used it on any job. And I really think that's important into discovering little intricacies that affect the usability of the light. But I also know that a lot of people are waiting to hear what this thing is capable of, what results are going to look like in an outdoor setting to really make a decision on whether or not this light is for them. So I'm offering you what I do know, but I will follow up if I find that anything pops up later when I actually start using it for work. Now, if you haven't been following this light, here's some quick facts to catch you up. It's a 1200 watt second head with a battery pack, the most powerful battery powered strobe Godox offers. The head weighs about 4 pounds and the pack with the battery weighs just over 12 pounds. The battery pack only functions with a single head and does not have a second port. The battery is capable of delivering 480 full power flashes. The light recycles full power in 2 seconds. It has a minimum power setting of 1256. There's a 40 watt LED modeling lamp. It has TTL, HSS, stroboscopic modes, and is compatible with all Godox X Series products. And it's being sold at Adorama as the Flashpoint Explorer Power 1200 Pro. Now let's talk about actually using this behemoth. The AD1200 Pro comes included with a rolling bag. This bag features a collapsing handle and zippered pouch on the exterior for its included rain jacket. There's some extra space on the inside for accessories as well. There's a compartment back that stows backpack straps if you prefer to carry it that way. The case feels durable enough to protect the light. Given this entire AD1200 Pro kit is meant for location work, I would have liked to see larger wheels for more clearance to make this easier to cart around on gravel and uneven ground. The size and weight of this light seems like a lot. At 17 pounds total, it may come off as a chore to carry around. But considering the 8600 Pro is 8 pounds, I don't think there is any way they could have doubled the power and kept it as an all-in-one format. While having a cable in between your light is more complex than an all-in-one unit, it makes the 1200 Pro very safe to use, especially when it's on a boom arm. Included in the kit is a carrying bag for the pack, which makes it easy to sling on a light stand and use the pack as a weight to keep your light in place. The bag is well thought out with large holes for the fans. The head has an 11-foot cable, and that's also great for using with a boom arm or very tall stands. Now let's talk about the power and capabilities of this flash. It's, well, quite ridiculous. I did a live test showing that the 1200 Pro metered exactly 1 full stop more than the Godox 8600 Pro. This is impressive considering the 11-foot cable. They managed to make it efficient enough to overcome any line loss. If you're already a user of the 8600 Pro, you're probably quite satisfied with the amount of light output it has, but this simply gives you even more flexibility. To give you an idea of how this increase in light output translates to outdoor use, here are some samples I captured with details. Using it about 5 feet away in a reverse mount softbox that is 71 inches, resulted in settings of 1/8000th of a second, f6.3 at ISO 100. Now this is impressive using f6.3 while in high-speed sync for a light that is 5 feet away, because high-speed sync comes with some efficiency loss. You can see that the background is extremely dark in this situation, so the light is operating at a way brighter level than outdoor daylight. When we switch out of high-speed sync, we gain light output. When we flip the bulb and face it towards our subject, we gain light output. And if we use a smaller modifier, we gain light output. So this is really with the cards stacked against the light, it's still way outperforming balancing with a bright blue sky. Taking the light out of high-speed sync and using typical Sunny 16 settings, I was able to balance this light 20 feet away in a 20-inch softbox. Now, if you're used to using the 600 Pro, the fact that it's 1 stop more powerful makes it pretty easy to determine just what extra you're going to get out of it, because you're going to be able to use your light about 40% further away. So say you've got the 600 Pro at 5 feet away, full power and high-speed sync to get a really dark background. Well, the 1200 Pro is going to be able to accomplish the same thing in that same modifier at 7.5 feet. All this to say that the AD1200 Pro simply gives you an added stop of flexibility that allows you to use larger modifiers and larger distances between your light and your subject when balancing with bright outdoor conditions. Now, I'm conflicted to say that I'm wowed by the recycle time of 2 seconds at full power. I say this because had Godox gone with a dual extension head for the 600 Pro like they did with the original 8600 in the H1200B accessory, that would be capable of delivering 1200 watts in 0.9 seconds. Realistically though, 1200 watt seconds in 2 seconds is freaky fast, and when you have the power turned down just a little bit, it becomes even faster. At 1/32 plus 0.7 power, it could keep up with my camera's 10 frames per second for over 10 frames in a row. That's equivalent to having an 8200 at over a quarter power firing at 10 frames per second. This power and speed will play a big role into who I recommend this light for. The AD1200 Pro is also the fastest T.1 flash durations of all X series lights. It follows the same curve as their other lights, with full power delivering a T.1 time of 1/220th of a second and minimum power near 1/10,000th of a second. A little note here, Godox lights normally sell themselves short on the T.1 flash duration specs. Every light I've tested has performed better than what it says on the display. But the AD1200 Pro is the first light I tested that went the other way. It's listed as having a 1/10,000th of a second T.1 flash duration at minimum power, but I tested it at 1/9,000th of a second when using the Sekonic L858 DU light meter. Still, this light is the most powerful, and that means at equivalent light outputs, this will always have the shortest T.1 flash duration and the most action freezing potential. Color stability of this flash is great. It tested within its spec of ±75 Kelvin when in stable color mode and ±200 Kelvin when stable color mode was off. If you don't know, when using the stable color mode on Godox Pro lights, when it's on, the flash durations get longer, and when you turn it off, the flash durations get shorter. Now, let's talk about the modeling lamp. This might be the first product that actually feels like it has the modeling lamp brightness that studio strobe users are used to. At 40 watts, it's still not bright enough for outdoor use and soft modifiers at any type of distance, but plenty bright enough indoors. Given that the battery is 187 watt hours, you can get up to 4 hours of 100% brightness LED use on a single charge. This will obviously drop as you fire the flash though. People always ask about the modeling lamp's capability as a video light, and this one does not make the cut for me. First, its color temperature is not daylight. It's around 4200 Kelvin. Also, the CRI is only 91. Now, that's not a terrible CRI, but even the most budget LED equipment on the market is getting CRIs over 95 these days. Lastly, there's a significant and constant fan noise that will ruin audio. All in all, this is a lot of flash power. It's powerful, giving you a ton of flexibility with large modifiers and long distances. It's fast at recycling that power, and it is great for freezing action. Its format may be large, but it's not too cumbersome. If you're already using a 600 Pro with an extension head, this will hardly feel any different other than taking up a little bit more weight when you transport it around. That being said, I think the AD1200 Pro is excess for most photographers. The average outdoor portrait shooter will be more than satisfied with the performance from the 600 Pro, or maybe even a smaller light like the 400 or 300 Pro. The people that I do see this being great for are those who are doing action-based portraits outdoors and need a flash to have a short flash duration and high output. I could also see this being useful for youth sports photographers who are spending long days photographing outdoor portraits of athletes. I've worked in that environment, and having a light that can hold its position all day, recycle quick for squirmy kids, and have a battery that lasts are all benefits to make the day run more smoothly. As for the price of about $1,600, I think that's going to shock a lot of people. We've come a long way from the price of the $550 8600 BM. But so have their lights. Everything about Godox's recent releases are superior to what they originally launched the X series with. If you can't justify the price, you shouldn't feel any pressure to upgrade to this light. Godox is offering levels of lights to appeal to different users, not as a way to get everyone to upgrade to their newest release. So if you use lights like the 400 Pro and 600 Pro and still feel the need for more power or faster performance, then check out the 1200 Pro. If not, keep on enjoying the light that's already working for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at the Godox AD1200 Pro. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. Till next time, keep on shooting.